Some connections feel inevitable, like gravity. They pull you in, even though you know the fall will hurt. Tonight we're talking about Zepar, and the question he leaves burning in your chest. What union in your life feels cursed, yet irresistible? Because not every bond is meant to be saved. Some are just meant to be understood. So join me now in and through the Static Seance.
Between stations, neither here nor gone. The hum of voices trapped in the wires, their confusions dissolving into static. A seance not in candlelit rooms, but on flickering screens, where the ghosts don't knock, but distort the signal. Shadows coil in the white noise. If only one dares to alter their own frequency and listen.
Zepar governs attraction, union, and illusion. Not love as comfort, but love as force. He represents bonds that feel fated, connections that awaken passion, creativity, obsession, and chaos. In older symbolic systems, Zepar isn't malicious. He's instructional. He shows you what happens when desire overrides discernment. These unions often share common traits. They feel karmic, almost like unfinished business from another life. They act as shadow mirrors, reflecting the parts of yourself that you haven't integrated. They drain as much as they ignite. They create addiction cycles, the highs and the crashes. And often, they violate some kind of internal boundary that you swore you would keep. Zepar asks, is this bond revealing love or revealing a wound? Now, personally, I've been drawn to connections that feel undeniable. They inspired me. They destabilized me. They made everything else feel dull. For a long time, I would mistake intensity for truth. But eventually, I noticed that the connection wasn't pulling me forward. It was pulling me deeper into repetition. And Zepar's lesson isn't to reject desire. It's to interrogate it. Once I asked, what part of me needs this? The illusion weakened. Not instantly, but enough. So some of you might be entangled with this right now. With a person, an idea, or even just a version of yourself. You call it destiny because walking away feels unbearable. But Zepar wants to remind you that intensity is not alignment. That chemistry is not fate. Some unions teach through consumption. And once the lesson is learned, staying actually becomes self-betrayal. So sit in the quiet and ask yourself, what union once felt irresistible but wounded me? What connection is draining me now? What temptation must I resist to protect my path? What am I afraid I'll lose if I let go? And answer slowly, because desire hates clarity. Zepar teaches, love that consumes without balance eventually devours the altar that it was built on.